What's up everybody, it's Sean here and I'm here today to give you guys a review of the women's Nike Air Max 1 Premium in this Designed by Japan or Think Tank colorway. Today's video is sponsored by Heffelux. When it comes to sneakers, comfort is king. So when you buy a pair of shoes and find out they're uncomfortable, one of the easiest ways to fix that is to swap out the insoles. So that's where Heffelux comes into play. If you check out their website, which I've linked down below in the description box, you'll see they sell a variety of eTPU insoles, which pretty much is the same material you'll find inside Adidas Boost. So if you guys are curious to try a pair for yourself, be sure to use the code SEANGO at checkout and take 15% off your entire purchase, and be sure to tell them that I sent you. So this women's Air Max 1 released back on Air Max Day, March 26, and from what I know, this was a Japan exclusive. And the way the shoe was designed was very unique. According to the Nike Japan website, Nike had 3 rounds of polls where they took the input of 30,000 women to come to agree with the colorway, the design, the materials of these Air Max 1s. So that's why on the Nike website they call it the Think Tank Air Max 1, but it's more commonly referred to as the Designed by Japan Air Max 1. So the retail price for this shoe was 19,250 Japanese yen, which is roughly 145 US dollars or $195 converted to Canadian. And the official colorway for this shoe is oil green, monarch, sail, and white. So diving into the details of this pair, starting off with the toe box, this is constructed out of a white colored mesh. Surrounding the front toe box, we have this very soft oil green colored leather and has this tumbled look to it, and to the touch, it almost feels like a flat suede. Covering the U-throw area of this shoe, we have this gray colored flat suede, and then on the quarter panel of the shoe, we have more of that tumbled green leather, and then the top 2 eyelets are covered in this gray colored suede, and the eyelets themselves are constructed out of a green colored TPU. Stitched on top of the quarter panel, we have your Nike swoosh, and this is constructed out of a synthetic white colored leather. And if you take a close look at the shape of the swoosh, it differs a little bit from the normal Air Max 1 swoosh. It's a bit more tapered and less horizontal, which I thought was an interesting change. And underneath this, you'll see that tumbled green leather runs down the entire bottom half of the shoe, serving as a mud guard, and it wraps around the back of the shoe as well. Surrounding the top portion of the ankle collar area, we have a white colored nylon. And then in the middle of the heel, we have this synthetic monarch or orange colored leather, and pressed across we have Nike branding in capital letters. Hanging off the shoe, it comes with a chain and pendant featuring a stylized Air Max 1, which I thought was a very nice added touch. And then as far as the laces go, so these only come with 1 lace option, and they're a very soft flat style cotton lace, and they're done in this cream color. Underneath this, instead of your typical Nike Air Max 1 tongue, for this pair they swapped it and we're given this very retro 1970s inspired tongue, which is foam padded and it's covered in this yellowed colored nylon. On the very top we have this retro Nike tag, and you'll see the foam layer within the tongue is exposed when you look at the tongue from the side. So the interior liner of the shoe is covered in this white colored textile, and as far as the insoles go, so these come with a typical foam lined insole. It's covered in a monarch or orange colored textile on the top, and we have Designed Japan branding stamped on the heel along with a green colored swoosh. So the upper of these Air Max 1s sits atop this full length polyurethane foam midsole, and this midsole is painted in a very dark cream colored or yellow colored finish. Underneath the heel we have this cutaway exposing the air bubble that's found within the midsole itself, and the air unit is painted in this green color. Finally, turning this pair over to the bottom, so the outsole here is entirely constructed out of this gum rubber finish and has a bit of a semi-translucent finish to it. We still have that same waffle style traction pattern on the forefoot, along with Nike Air branding running down the center of the heel. So that breaks down the look and the construction of this pair. And for those wondering about sizing, so keep in mind this is a women's release, so to get your men's equivalent, you'd go up 1.5 sizes. So I got these true to size, so I'm a true size 10, slightly on the wider side. So getting these in a size 10 men's meant getting these in a women's 11.5. So if you normally go true to size in Air Max 1s, I'd stick with that same size, but if you're someone that, for example, goes up a half size, I'd still go with that half size up as well for this pair. But long story short, whatever size you normally wear in men's Air Max 1s, go up 1.5 sizes to get your women's equivalent. Moving on to the comfort, so these feel like any other Air Max 1. Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, it depends on your personal preference. To me, the Air Max 1 isn't the most comfortable shoe out there. It has a bit of a firmer feel underfoot, and there's not too much from a softness and step-in comfort perspective, but for an everyday casual use shoe, I still think it's going to be perfectly fine. Just don't expect anything too soft, too well cushioned, and you're going to be fine wearing these. Finally, in terms of the overall quality and the craftsmanship, so first off, material quality, I thought it was a bit of a mixed bag. For the most part, the material quality is pretty good, and what I mean by that is specifically this green colored tumbled leather or suede. This feels like it's very high quality. But unfortunately, Nike had to cheap out somehow, and they gave us synthetic leather on the white swoosh and this monarch colored back panel, and these two panels have a much more synthetic feel to them to the touch. However, the build and the craftsmanship on this shoe was pretty good. First of all, the shape of the toe box was beautiful, has this very gradual, slight tapered look to it, as opposed to that boxy look that some Air Max 1s have in the past. And aside from that, the stitch job was good. There wasn't too many glue stains and blemishes on this pair, so when it's all said and done, I was pretty happy with how these all turned out.
Check it out.
So with all that out of the way now, let's toss these on feet. I'll lace them up and I'll show you guys how these look. This is a great example of a very well-designed, well-executed Air Max 1. It has a very unique look to it, and it doesn't really play it safe by giving us this retro-looking tongue, but this is an example of how taking risks and giving us a unique colorway really stands out and makes it a winner. It's too bad for the guys watching these that have very, very big feet. Because this is a women's release, some people might not be able to grab their size, but for everyone else, these are still sitting on Nike Japan's website, and I don't think the secondary market prices for this pair are going for much over retail. So let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think about this think tank or designed by Japan Nike Air Max 1. What are your overall thoughts on this colorway? And for anyone watching, did you also grab a pair of these? Are you waiting for these to somehow or possibly make it to North America? Or is this a pass for you? And if you like this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. You can follow me on Instagram at esco8, follow my Twitter account at sean.go, and visit my website at seango.ca. So until next time, thanks so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this review, and I'll catch you guys all in the next one.